Oh, that hurts. That hurts. We're gonna make this a quick show. Salute to y'all for pulling up. I just felt like we needed to, I don't know, process this as a family. So without further ado, let's get to the intro. Man, 10. Why can't we get to 10? Why can we never get to 10? Last time we had 9 and we lost to the Suns and CP3 hit like 35 footers, daggers to take 10 away from us. And it was like, damn, well, the Suns were like the best team in the league at that time. It is what it is. But tonight, bro, like, oh, this Hornets team, bro, this Hornets team is not a good team. Not a good team. And like we were moving the ball up by 16. The jumpers just left us. They were short. Julius off night. No Jalen still. Refs down the stretch of the game, ridiculous. But honestly, we should have never let the refs have that much of an impact on the game down the stretch. That's on us. That game shouldn't have been that close. They got away with one. And honestly, as fans, that's why the board says, well, new streak loading. That's all we can do. We just got to move on. It hurts. It's unfortunate. Okay. Take that on the chin. Keep it moving. The beauty of winning the games we won and creating the separation we did is that we gave ourselves some room for error. You hate to use that room for error here, but it is what it is. It's one loss, and we got to move on. And let's go to the West Coast trip, get Jalen back, and get a real strong showing. Let's go sweep the West Coast trip, get right back in the thanks territory, and get back to the winning ways. Like, this is just, minor setback. This isn't a derailment. This doesn't change anything about what I said, other than I can't say we never gonna lose. I still feel like everybody's food. It's just some of those things don't hit the same right now. So I'll wait. I'll be back. But tough loss. But that's it. I'm not gonna overreact. I'm not gonna start acting like I see the team differently now. I don't see the team differently. Just a tough game. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate loss. Let's get to the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Knicks fans here, there, and abound. Welcome to Postgame Pouting with I Hate Sean. This is Postgame Pouting. I'm I Hate Sean. And the Knicks took a very tough loss tonight. Something to something. 112 to 105. I mean, we let Kelly Oubre get off. Terry Rozier got off. Gordon Hayward hit like a lot of tough shots, to be honest. They hit some tough shots. The refs were awful down the stretch. I don't understand what it is. Like, what did RJ shoot from the field tonight, bro? What did RJ shoot from the field? His field goal, like, he was 10 for 24 from the field. I feel like if he was 10 for 24, at least 5 of those he should have been going to the free throw line. At least 5. Like, it was nuts, bro. It was nuts. I don't understand that. I don't know why that's a thing, why that happens. I don't know why he's treated that way by the referees. But, it is what it is. 27, 6, and 4 for RJ. Started off better from the field in the first half. The three-pointer did not go down tonight, unfortunately. Julius, 16 points, 8 boards, 3 assists, 5 for 17. Really didn't have it tonight. Really didn't have the energy. Mitch, 14 points, 8 boards, a block, 7 of 8 from the field. He was active doing his thing. Quentin Grimes, 12 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3. I feel like Grimes could have gotten some more time out there. Quick, 14 points, 3 boards, 5 assists, 5 of 16 from the field, 3 of 10 from 3. Tough to win a game when everybody struggles from the field. Josh Hart, 10 points, 8 boards, 2 assists. But yeah, you got 42% from RJ, you got 29% from Julius, you got 31% from Quick. Those are the guys taking most of the shots. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to win a game like that. So then on Charlotte's side, I feel like we just gave up too much. Like Gordon Hayward, 23, 9, and 8. That's gross. On 9 of 17 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. Kelly Oubre had 27 points on 10 of 17. Terry Rozier had 25 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists on 10 of 22. Yeah, we just gave up way too much. We gave up way too much. We allowed them to stay in the game. I think one of the turning points in the game for me, honestly, and I think the main turning point in the game, like where I was like, oh wait, hold on, this is like different now. We were up by 10. I think it was the third quarter. It was shortly after RJ came out in the third. And there was one possession where they missed a couple shots and we gave up like 3 offensive rebounds. And they eventually kicked it back out and Dennis hit a 3. And it was a 7-point game. Then they cut it to 5. I think then they cut it to 3. And it's just like, we looked so like lethargic on that possession. Like we were just chilling. Like, okay, you got the rebound, cool. Or you're driving by, whatever. You're kicking it out, all right. Like we were just kind of chilling, like waiting for the possession to be over instead of ending the possession. And in that very moment, that was the first time that I started to feel like, hey, we might slip, because we just looked dead on that play. And I feel like that play was a microcosm of how we play going forward. And like we allowed them to get their confidence. We allowed them to get back into the game and start feeling themselves. And then the refs were able to intervene and like foot has to stay on the gas. It's not a problem we've had commonly lately. It's gonna happen. You know, it happens. Basketball. Guys had a really big game the other day. Played mad minutes. You know, big, just a lot of energy in that game, a lot of passion, all that stuff. And so it was just an off night tonight, but can't make a habit of that. And I'm not gonna react to it as if it's habitual because it hasn't been. So it is what it is. It's a one-off. It's an anomaly. We move on, and you know, new streak loading. That's all I can really say. Let's get to the comments and get out of here, man. Nick Tape said, this one hurts. It definitely does, brother. It definitely does. Leo said, it's Jover. It's over indeed. It's over indeed. It's very unfortunate. Ethan said, could tell we were tired. Yeah, very, very. They just looked tired. They looked, you know, they were out of there. Nick Tape said, it took the Hornets playing to their absolute ceiling and us not hitting a single shot for us to lose. It is what it is. Yeah, we couldn't hit anything. I think we were 2 for 18 from 3 in the second half. Like, it's going to be tough to win a game that way. So, I mean, and yeah, they couldn't. They were playing. That was their best basketball by far. They couldn't miss. It is what it is. That's a fact. Ethan said, this sucks. 10 of them things would have been nice. 10 of them things really would have been nice, bro. I needed that. We've never had 10 of them things. We haven't had 10 of them things. Like the 2021 team. Haven't had double digits since 2013. I wanted to get 10 of them things. I wanted to be going on a road trip, trying to add to the streak, being the hottest team in the league, hitting the West Coast. This is upsetting. Knicks on one, not gonna hit the same. Ethan said the process seemed fine. Lots of open looks not dropping. Lots of open looks just didn't drop. It's crazy. We got a lot of good looks. We started the game off getting a lot of good looks. And it was like, okay, at some point, we got to start hitting something. We're getting a lot of good looks. And then we did. We had the 45-point second quarter. We were running it up. And I was like, okay, cool, we out of here. And then we went back to not hitting anything. So, it's tough. Leo said, I'm so sick. You and I both, bro. All of us. Nick Tape said, Julius don't play hero ball in the game. He doesn't have it. Challenge. Impossible. Yeah, I don't know if I would even call it hero ball, bro. It's just like, it's like he didn't have it. He did not have it. He didn't really have it on either end tonight. He didn't have it. And I feel like I don't have it for the show, so we're going to speed through this. Ethan said, don't like how we forced the Julius ISOs on a night where he didn't have it going. Yeah, man, like, we were up by 8 when Julius checked back in the game. And I'm not blaming the game on Julius. But this is, and it's a rarity. It's very rare that Julius doesn't, like, I'm not even really tripping too much. Like, yes, Julius had a terrible game tonight. Really bad game from Julius Randle. He hasn't had many terrible games. He hasn't had a whole lot of bad games. So, you know, like, he is afforded a bad game. And so now it's not a major problem because, like I said, it's a rarity. But how does the coach handle a bad Julius Randle game? A bad Julius Randle night? A night where Julius Randle doesn't necessarily have the energy. And we had the lineup out there, and Obi was in. Obi had, like, just I think he made a basket on the other side. And then he, like, dug in and got a steal, a deflection or something on the play, and he came out of the game. And so it's like Obi was playing with good energy. He was spacing the floor. And he was moving defensively, all that stuff. And then he put Julius back in with, I think, like 7 or 8 minutes. And it's not a matter of, oh, don't put Julius back in because he's not playing well today. That's whatever. He just doesn't have to come in right now, in my opinion. And so when we put Julius in, I was like, when I saw him go to the score table, I was like, Obi could have got a couple more minutes here. Like, it's working. We're fine. We had a 1-point lead or a 3-point lead, whatever, and then we pushed it to 8. Like, we were playing good ball. So when he puts Randle back in those first couple possessions, we go to Randle. And I'm like, yeah, like, this is not what's been working. So it is what it is. Uh, Ethan said, not that it's why we lost, but officiating was rough. Officiating was very rough. Blood put fire emojis. I don't even know what that's for, brother. Officiating was very rough, though. It was gross. Nick said, I'm sick of RJ not getting the calls, too. His field goal percentage always tanks because he gets no calls the entire game. Yo, some of the calls he didn't get today, bro, like the one where they, like, jumped on top of him, it's like, yo, son, come on. Who else in the league doesn't get this call? Like, it's like, it actually hurts my head to watch, bro. It really does, because it's like, bro, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What does he have to do to get this call? Like, what, that's legitimately not fair. Like, it's just not fair. It's not fair. Like, he's going to the lane, he's getting hacked, he's getting hit, and he's just not getting the call. Like, I don't understand. And there was one point at the time where they jumped on top of him, he jumped off the floor so quick, he looked like he was about to go choke the ref. And then Hartenstein had to come over and, like, restrain him. But it was just like, yeah, bro, I feel you. I feel you. Because this guy, it's got to be, it annoys me. I can only imagine how he feels. It's just like, bro, come on. I'm getting to the basket. I'm creating opportunities. I'm getting hacked. I'm supposed to be getting to the line. Instead, it's negatively affecting my field goal percentage. Ethan said, I blame you, Knicks tape. You cursed that yesterday. I'm all for blaming Knicks tape. I'm with it. Potato said RJ shooting 42% because 6 of his misses were blatant fouls he didn't get calls for. Is depressing. Bro, very, 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 very. Amazing said terrible late in the third cost us. Exactly. Just looked lazy and lethargic out there. It was gross. Nick said we made 5 field goals in the fourth quarter. That's disgusting. Chaos goal. Oh my goodness. Amazing said Randall had shooting night. Randall had a bad shooting night as well. Got to bounce back. That's all. Yeah, got to bounce back. That's all. Got to go on the road, get a dub in Sacramento, and start putting another streak together. Plain and simple. Big task. Oh no, Eric Hank says, "Sigh, I wanted that win bad. You and I both, brother, all of us." Big task at hand said, "It's all good. I'm not upset. Can't get them all. The West Coast is in trouble. Nick Pride still for sure. The West Coast is definitely in trouble." Nick said, "Someone tell Kelly Oubre they're 14th in the East." He was. I never say anything to people who are talking their shit while they're winning. Beat them. Like 14th in the East and they beat us. He gets to talk today, unfortunately. Eric King said, I even said in the Mortal Kombat 11 Twitch stream, we getting that 10th tonight. I thought we were getting it, bro. We had it. It was right there. Eden said, looks like them legs got tired down the stretch, missing stuff we normally drill. Yeah, it was bad. We looked tired for sure. Mitchell said, I wanted this win, but I'm not upset given all the good this team has given us. We should have played the bench more tonight, though. I agree. I agree with that comment all the way through. Nick Tape said we were just exhausted, man. It happens. That's facts. Metro said it is what it is. Nick Tape said these things happen in 82 game seasons. That's a fact. It happens. Just got to move on. New streak loading. Ethan said Jalen Brunson will be back soon, which would be good. Kings up next will be okay. He should be back for the Kings game, I'd hope. Nick Tape said the double OT gassed everybody, and Tibbs isn't exactly good with rotations anyway. LOL. Yeah, we definitely could use a bench more. Amazing said defense was lacking on shooters. Again, 3-pointers open hurt us. We saw glimpses of old Knicks team from earlier. Hey, yeah, they just look tired and lethargic, bro. Nick Tape said, I'm not even that stressed. We just can't let it snowball. Exactly. It's like, whatever. I'm disappointed. I'm not really stressed, though. Like, it is what it is. I'm just disappointed. I did not expect to lose this game at all. Not in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Ethan said, Knicks should get some good rest here tomorrow. Ice up, recovery, and we'll be back at 10 against the Kings. Yeah, we'll be back. Make sure you bring the energy. I'm sorry, I have no energy in this show. I'm going to speed it up. Mental said, all we can do is say good game, take it on the chin, and move to the West and begin anew. Exactly, 100%. Zach put a sad face. I feel you, Zach. Ethan said, considering the double overtime game, we should have closed at the bench. We definitely should have just done more with the bench. Amazing said, we looked very lethargic late in the third quarter, lacked energy, but it happens. We settled from 3 way too much instead of driving. Very true indeed. Nick Tape said, RJ started 9 of 13 and finished 1 of 11. Should have been a 10-19 game with 35, not 10 of 30, 24 with 27. Yeah, man, the calls were crazy. The calls were crazy. But yeah, needed a better second half for sure. Still won 9 out of 10. That's a fact. Still won 9 out of 10. Amazing said, I thought those calls were bad too late in the game. Again, I don't get why RJ doesn't get those crucial foul calls. Bro, I don't understand it. I don't understand the fouls thing, man. And 11 to 14. Facts. Zach said, we're still in a good spot. It just reminded me of the old Knicks. I mean, they're just, look, man, like, we don't need to, like, trigger our PTSD for everything that happens. Like, rough game, no starting point guard. Jalen Brunson not there. Julius Randle, terrible night. Very rare terrible night from him. We shot 2 of 18 in the second half. We made 5 shots in the fourth quarter, like Nick State pointed out. It's gonna be tough to win that game, no matter who you're playing against. Like, it's just, it's one of those things that over the course of an 82 game season, this happens. Unfortunately, it just sucks that it happens tonight this time. But we've afforded ourselves that luxury by playing well in the other nights, building more of a cushion for ourselves. Like, it's not like this is a loss that puts us back in danger of being in a plane or something. Just got to get back to work. Maiden said, this team is resilient. It's frustrating that we had control of the game and let it go. I had a bad feeling once Rozier started hitting threes. Yeah, man, we very rarely, like, that's the thing, especially lately. This doesn't really happen to us. Like, we had this game. Like, we had this game. We shouldn't have lost this. We don't lose games. We haven't lost many games like this year. Excuse me. And Nick said, once Terry started hitting threes, I knew it was raps. Terry, he really made things difficult tonight. Oh, I hate this show. I hate postgame pouting, bro. I love y'all, but I hate postgame pouting. All right, we're going to speed this up. Edith said, we're hitting 10 and things on the next streak. Let's get the next streak started right away. Nick said, they're going to be a sad show tomorrow. I was ready to take a victory lap for RJ and yell about 10 straight with a last. Yeah, man, it's like, it's what was taken from us. Amanda said, it's all good. Just got to start in the streak. That's facts. Nick's tape said, IQ, RJ, and Julius combined 3 for 31 in the second half and 1 for 17 in the fourth. That is rough. That is incredibly rough. Eden said, a game like this is not one where I'd want to spew out a take on Knicks on one in the middle of class. Yeah, man, there's no, I don't know. We'll see what happens in Knicks on one tomorrow. Nick's tape said, there's the L indeed. Like, 3 of 31 in the second half and 1 of 17 in the fourth between those 3 guys. It's just like, what are we supposed to do? Blood said, we gonna be all right. That's a fact. We will indeed be all right. Nick said, we're going to be fine. Roll with the punch and smack Sacramento and start another win streak. Exactly. You know the vibes. New streak loading. I was almost rather an off game against a bad team than one against a team we need to beat. Yeah, I'd still, like, I wouldn't trade, like, losing that Celtics game and winning this game. I'll still take it, but just sucks. I want to win them all. Like, an L is never good, but do you kind of, yeah, I get it for sure. Metro said, we'll be fine. We just got to sleep this one off and move on to the West Coast trip with more motivation to put teams in the dirt. That's a fact. Very well said, brother. Amazing said, again, we saw glimpses of that bad old Knicks habits, turnovers down the stretch, ISO ball, leaving guys open on threes. Got to still get better and break those bad habits. Yeah, I don't think there was necessarily, I wouldn't even call them habits. I think this is this game is a one-off. If I start seeing it more often from here, I'll worry, but I'm not really tripping. Blood said, fire was for when you changed the board. Solid. Oh, salute. Yeah, man. New streak loading. We not down bad. Nick's tape said, I'm gonna contribute that partially to exhaustion. We haven't made some of those mistakes. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't call them habits. We haven't been doing them. Nick's tape said, wow, I thought we were friends, Sean. Now the L is on me. Okay, not just playing. But you did say you wanted shorter shows. I did say I wanted shorter shows, but you cursed us. All these curses you be placing, man. Nah, it's okay. The loss doesn't have to all be on you. What's going on, Izzy? Tibbs putting Randall back when the Knicks was up 8 cost us the game. Obi was doing fine. Why take him out so early? I agree. I wouldn't necessarily say it cost us the game, but I also would. Yeah, he didn't have to that sub didn't have to be made at that time. Like, this wasn't one of those nights. Boom. Amazing said I hope that. So in this experience, right, I prefer to learn from wins. But I hope that Tibbs learns from that today. I hope that when he watches the film and he sees that we were up by 8 and he sees that he made that sub and the things changed and it was a night where Julius wasn't playing too well, I hope going forward, if Julius isn't playing so well, he lets Obi rock out for a couple more minutes, and you just respond to the game. Nick Tape said, worst part about, oh, my bad. Amazement said, what I don't get is why RJ isn't a jump shooter and still doesn't get the whistle. He's known for driving the basketball and still can't get calls. It's mind-boggling. It's really mind-boggling, bro. I don't understand it. I really don't. I want to write a strongly worded letter to the league. Nick Tape said, worst thing about the L was Kelly Oubre thinking he's good. He is one of those players that are just super annoying when they're feeling themselves. Chris Pop said, because Obi is confined to shooting threes from the shadow realm. Even that, though, he was doing that well, honestly. I like the spacing he's providing out there. Like, you know, he could have stayed out there. Nick Tape said, Magic swept the Celtics and they're still rocking. I'm not really stressing. I'm not stressing, bro. I'm really not stressing. Cole Soul said, I'm really mad because losing to really bad teams kills players' confidence. I don't think our players' confidence is killed. They were just the hottest team in the league. They understand what happened tonight. They shot terribly. It is what it is. They'll be back. They're going to go on a West Coast trip, still being really confident, and get right back to it. They're streak loading. Ethan said, I'm upset, but I'm not going to lose sleep. Yeah, I'm actually probably going to sleep better because I just feel sad. Zach said, just sucks that this was for 10 and we could have rocked out West going in as the hottest kids on the block wherever we move. Exactly, Zach. It's just for 10, man. It was 10 and things, yes. And we could have gone out West and taken that streak and been the hottest team and been coming through there, you know, and I was going to be talking crazy too. You know, the vibes. Cameron Goldberg said quickly decided to not show up tonight. I mean, he shot poorly. Like, he shot poorly. Like, the shots didn't go in. Ethan said Knicks are definitely mad. The Kings should be scared. See out for post-game prosperity against the Kings. It's all the way up. The new streak starts Thursday. That's facts. Yo, post-game listen, man. Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves for this next week, man. Get your sleep from now. If y'all rocking, I really appreciate that. For real. Ahead of time, letting you know. Because our games are starting at like 10, 10:30. So these post-game shows are going to be like 2 a.m. shows. So, you know, I'm ready for it. So, you know, looking forward to doing that with you guys. Facts, post-game prosperity will be back this week. That's a fact. Knicks safe to have a good night, y'all. Obviously up to you, but feel like there's no need for a show tomorrow. What for Knicks on one? It almost doesn't feel like there is one, but like, you know, I don't want to seem like I'm because I want to say I'll do one and keep it short. Like this right here, we kept this under 30 minutes. That's beautiful. You feel me? I would love to keep Knicks on one short, but I just don't know how to keep Knicks on one short. So, but you know, we'll see what I ask the people. Knicks on one's gonna be so lit tomorrow after 10, going on to the West Coast. I hate that was taken from us. Knicks said recharge and get ready to smack the Kings. That's a fact because I know this team is angry as hell. They're definitely angry. The Kings are getting smacked. Jigman Porter, what's going on, bro? How you feeling? Shout out to Knicks recap. What's going on, bro? What it do? Tough loss, but you know, new streak loading. We on the you know, we on to the West Coast. About to go dominate the West Coast, and we'll be back. So, on that note, thank y'all for pulling up. I didn't even want to do a show, and so the fact that you guys pulled up to one is amazing. I love y'all truly from the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of myself and everybody at TKW, I really appreciate you guys. Go to tkwshop.com, get yourself a hoodie, get yourself a t-shirt, get yourself a hat. Oh wow, no, never mind. The sale was 20% until the streak was over, but the streak is over, so maybe you can go catch the sale before it's changed. I don't know.